"Hey, you can't leave that boat here. This is private property." Those were the first words Marcus heard as he backed his trailer up to the small boat ramp on Lake Edgemont, a beautiful, peaceful lake tucked inside a gated community. The voice, loud, entitled, and unmistakably irritated. Marcus turned to see a woman marching toward him, arms flailing like windmills. Her name was Carol, but the neighbors just called her Karen. She was the president of the local HOA, and she loved reminding people of it. What she didn't know was that Marcus wasn't just another outsider. He was the owner of the lake she thought she ruled. And within days, he'd shut down her precious fishing club, humiliate the HOA, and leave the neighborhood buzzing. Let's dip in. It was a sunny Saturday morning when Marcus arrived with his fishing boat, a sleek, modern vessel he'd recently restored himself. A quiet man in his late 30s, Marcus had inherited the lake property from his late grandfather, who bought it decades ago before the HOA neighborhood even existed. He was simply there to enjoy the peace, fish a little, and remember his grandfather. But Karen had other plans. "You need to move. This ramp is for residents only," she barked. "I'm a resident," Marcus replied calmly. "Really? I've lived here for 11 years, and I've never seen you. Do you even live in this neighborhood?" "Nope," Marcus said, loading up his tackle. "But I own this lake, so I have access. Actually, more than that." Karen laughed in disbelief. "You own the lake? That's ridiculous. This lake is maintained by the HOA." That's when Marcus smiled, pulled a folded deed from his glove box, and held it up. "This lake isn't part of your HOA. It's privately owned, and I'm the owner." Karen's mouth fell open. Back in the 1980s, Marcus's grandfather had leased access rights to the lake to the local township, who later allowed limited use to HOA residents. But when Marcus inherited the property, the lease had expired, and the HOA had been using the lake without permission for nearly 6 years. The HOA, led by Karen, had even been collecting dues from residents for lake maintenance and organizing a community fishing club that held monthly tournaments on a lake they didn't legally control. Karen had no idea the original owner had passed, or that Marcus, a successful environmental attorney from out of town, had quietly taken over. Until now. 2 days later, Marcus filed a formal cease and desist letter to the HOA, barring them from organizing any events on the lake. He posted new signs at all entry points. "Private property, access by permission only." Karen went into full panic mode. She called an emergency HOA meeting and tried to rally residents, claiming Marcus was being difficult and trying to control the neighborhood. But Marcus wasn't interested in drama. He simply wanted the HOA to stop trespassing, stop lying to residents, and respect the law. When the fishing club tried to hold their next tournament, Marcus arrived with 2 officers and a copy of the property deed. The event was canceled on the spot. Karen was furious, but legally powerless. News spread quickly. Residents were shocked to learn the HOA had been misusing funds and lying about lake ownership. Some were angry their access was being restricted, but more were angry at Karen for getting them into this mess. An investigation revealed Karen had spent thousands in HOA dues on unauthorized landscaping projects and luxury patio furniture, claiming it was lake beautification. Multiple board members resigned. Homeowners demanded a full audit, and a petition to remove Karen as HOA president gathered over 100 signatures in just 3 days. Meanwhile, Marcus remained calm, kind, and open to conversation. He held a public Q&A near the lake, where he explained the history, shared his connection to the land, and even offered limited access permits for respectful fishing and kayaking, but under his terms. The community respected that. With Karen officially voted out, a new HOA board was elected, one that focused on honesty and communication. Marcus worked with them to set up a fair, affordable permit system for residents to enjoy the lake under proper agreements. He even donated benches in honor of his grandfather, now overlooking the water. As for Karen, she disappeared from community events. Last anyone heard, she was trying to run for board president in a nearby town, unsuccessfully. The lake, once a quiet inheritance, became a symbol of justice, boundaries, and standing your ground, no matter how loud someone yells. And Marcus? He still comes by twice a month, parks his boat at the ramp, casts a line, and smiles. Because sometimes the best revenge is peace.